Okay. So, hi, Mr. Hazim, Mr. Sharif, Professor Ahmed, Zoom user. In the previous round, I had someone like with Zoom user as well. His name was Adham. Hopefully, he's not the same Adham, or maybe the same. Who knows? Hello, Ms. Iman. Oh, you are. You're Mr. Adham, right? Okay, very good to know. Hello, everyone. Hello, Mr. Muhammad Mahfouz. Very good to see everyone, or like to see the chat. Actually, I can see you guys. Okay, very well. Before we start, Mr. Muhammad Yusuf. Okay, actually, he's not Mr. Adham. Very well. Let me start by asking you a question, ladies and gentlemen. Uh, it's very obvious that your names are there, but I want you, please, to tell me why you're here. Why do you want to learn the English language? Hello, Ms. Or Dr. Aya. Please send me on the chat and tell me why are you attending this orientation or this session? Why are you here? Why English or learning English is important for you? Okay? Um, and we have Ms. Dua, and she's an English teacher. Uh, okay, that's a very good question. It's not related to teaching. That's mainly focuses on academic writing and academics in general, and like it has some tips related to IELTS. But yeah, if you would like to improve English, Mr. Mahmoud Aidel is preparing for IELTS. And there is ABC. I don't know who ABC is. Hello, Mr. ABC or Ms. ABC, to improve my language and skills. For the admission of the postgraduate studies, yes, Mr. Abdurrahman, that's very important. To pass IELTS, take a scholarship in the EUC. Okay. That's a good reason, thank you. To improve my language, to improve my English language and prepare for the IELTS, very well. Okay, IELTS, yeah, okay, wonderful. Because my master thesis, inshallah, Ms. Dina, you're going to be accepted and your English will be wonderful. For immigration, that's for you as well, Mr. Muhammad Sami, I believe. To be perfect at speaking, okay. To pass the IELTS exam, to acquire CELTA, so I want to improve my English in advance. I completely agree with you, Mr. Sharif. CELTA is a very, very difficult certificate, and your English has to be at least like, let's say like B2 plus or C1. Because actually I teach TEFL as well, like I train teachers, so I know how it goes. For your work, Ms. Iman, because my dream, I get PhD in the UK, so I need IELTS. Inshallah, you will get it. Preparation for IELTS, also IELTS to upgrade my level in English, and this helps in IELTS very well. I need to get better, honestly, and to take CELTA. Okay, Ms. Amal, inshallah, you will. CELTA is a very good course, and you're going to enjoy it, to give my students the right information and accent always. Of course, Miss Sarah, very good to see you again, and you know how much I love you. To my work preparation to improve we have another different reason for Ms. Hanan to prepare for traveling, yeah, whether to immigrate or to take like whatever scholarship out there. I am here to improve myself and get IELTS score. Okay. Okay, thank you so much, Mr. Okay. That's at different places, like it's over my Facebook page. So we will talk about it at the end. Miss Sarah Ahmed, Dr. Hager, for preparing for my TEFL. Okay, I have a lot of people who are preparing for TEFL. Yes, that's like TEFL, felt from the AC, TESOL methodologies, and also, of course, CELTA, OFQUAL, or like the TEFL OFQUAL. All of these certificates are very important for English teachers, and they are like, English has to be perfect. IELTS improvement, IELTS, and to enhance my writing. Okay, that's wonderful. Uh, I completely like I got the idea of all of that because let's say that you will learn something here and there. And I would like to tell you something regarding IELTS. Let's agree that IELTS is a very, very difficult certificate, or let's say it's a difficult exam to get because it needs more than one skill. Like you cannot focus only on grammar, you cannot focus only on vocabulary. You have to have more than one skill. Like it's a like let's say it's like a combination of skills. That's important. Um, because I'd like to know about the mistakes in academic writing and avoid it in teaching writing with my students. Okay, yeah, that's a very good reason as well. So yes, as I told you, English language, and sometimes here comes the issue. Sometimes I can find like when people talk or when we teach a certain part in English, everyone or students can know and can determine the problem, can determine the mistake. But on the other hand, while they are speaking or writing, they make these very naive mistakes. Naive means like very simple mistake because their mind is always focusing or always focused on, I want to write, I want to finish this task. That's why a lot of practices, and this is something that we will tackle at the end, will help us very, very much to be able to gather or collect more than one skill at one time to be able to have a very correct sentence structure or a very correct sentence with grammar, whether grammar is the grammar is correct, vocabulary is correct, and so on. Okay, let me start first by introducing myself. Uh, to know who is your trainer, guys, this is Azza Abdullah. I earned my master's degree in applied linguistics, and currently I'm a PhD candidate in applied linguistics, teaching methodologies and assessment. Actually, my master's degree was mainly in assessment, like how to evaluate students' writing, especially academic writing and speaking. And I got also education leadership and management diploma. That's from a place, like it has a place here in Egypt and another in London. I got TESOL methodologies course and felt from the AUC. I am currently a Delta candidate, like I'm studying Delta, and Delta is another master, but it mainly focuses, like, you know, at the end of the Delta, you're able to be a CELTA tutor. I'm also a certified teacher trainer. As I told you guys, I teach or I train teachers. I like TEFL courses and teacher training courses. I am also an instructional designer. An instructional design means the ability, it's a diploma where you are able to build or create a curriculum, okay, in the curriculum development. And I am also a lecturer at Cairo University Faculty of Engineering. I teach like what is really close to my heart is business communication. I teach also management. I teach, of course, academic writing. I teach research methodologies, like how to write a research. And I used to work for Nile University. I was an academic writing and structure and research methodologies as well. So this is mainly about myself, and I love coffee. This is something not related to teaching or like this experience, but I love coffee very much. And this is mainly everything about myself, and I love teaching, wallahi, and training teachers. Hopefully this session is going to be good for you guys. Thank you so much for your nice words. Thank you so much. Inshallah, you guys are going to be Ms. Noha even better than me, wallahi. And let me start by asking you a question. باين اتكسفت ولا ايه? How do you feel when you hear these words? How do you feel? And please write me on the chat. How do you feel when you hear these words? Thank you. The first one, grammar. vocabulary, academic writing, speaking, and exams. Tell me your feeling in or particularly on these words: grammar, vocabulary, academic writing, speaking, and exams. Please write me on the chat. I'm waiting for your participation now, please. How do you feel? And by the way, if you feel okay, if you feel excited, if you feel like nice feeling, please send me as well. So, okay, tension and anxiety. Okay. Mr. أحمد رامي بيحس بالإحباط. I agree with you. Sometimes it happens. Sometimes. IELTS tasks pass. Okay. Ms. Zainab feels afraid, worried, panic. Hope to master them. Inshallah, you will. It's my comfort zone. Seriously? Mr. Muhammad Yusuf, these words are your comfort zone? Okay. A little nervous, of course, especially exams. Like it's the unknown. You get there, you're not sure what you're going to get. Do you have questions that you studied before, or maybe like this question is not like the unknown question. I feel hopeful, okay, exciting, anxiety, dizzy. Yeah, I agree with you, Mr. Ahmed Ali. Challenging, of course. I feel I'm excited, but have some obstacles. Yes, Ms. Amira, I completely agree. I feel like that the English language between my hands. Okay, that's a very nice expression. Panic and broken. Okay. Frustrated. Yeah, sometimes it happened, like especially at the beginning, but you know, when we have exams, and that's according to research, like we feel I'm not sure how the feeling is, but it's all about remembering all the information on earth. That's why we pass exams even if we haven't studied well. I feel panic while speaking. Yeah, I completely agree. Strength. Wow, I feel this is the right language. Completely agree. I love English very, very much. And anxiety, especially from grammar. That's Mr. Muhammad Ashraf. Sometimes exciting, sometimes word. Yeah, maybe it depends on the subject that is the subject you like. Should be perfect. Okay. That's Muhga. Yeah. Um, that's what I should improve my English for myself for English. Yeah. Coming naturally. I feel it's complex. Yeah, sometimes it is struggle, especially in the IELTS writing. I completely agree. I'm very interesting to know all the right and learn vocabulary. Challenging, passion when I study and teach them. Wonderful. Very happy, curious, and exciting. Why I wasn't born in the USA. Yeah, yeah. That's a new expression. Okay. Thinking about how I am going to use my skills to pass it very well. I feel I'm afraid, the other hand, to see my future. Exactly. So when you have like these two paths, you of course you choose this one, even if it's difficult. When talking about speaking, I feel panic. The words go away, I forget everything. Of course, this is a very normal feeling, and we will talk about it as well, Mr. Muhammad Farid. Words, especially grammar. I am in grade 11 and I'm really so excited. However, I'm a little worried. Yeah, I understand. Uh, it's a subject like other medical subjects. Just study it. Yeah, like that's a very good motto, Dr. Hogar. Just go for it. I love everything about the grammar, but everything changes when I hear about the writing tasks. Never say never. Okay, very well. Thank you, guys. I completely agree with everyone. Um, when we study something, especially if we have a certain thing that we need to achieve, whether a scholarship or an exam, I want to pass a certain year or whatsoever, what comes to our mind in general is, okay, I want to pass this thing. So yeah, that's completely right. And that's, yeah, like our mind is all over the place. And I will take from this the word or the words vocabulary and grammar. And this is what we will focus on today. Um, but let's just say something, or let me tell you something about myself. I have introduced myself, and you guys told me that I might be good, but you haven't seen what happened before that. You haven't seen how many times people like they fail, maybe once, twice, maybe 5 times, maybe 10 times, but actually all of these, like this number of failure leads to really, really very good success. And success is an important word. Success is good. And I'm sure that everyone attending with us today has heard this word before from someone, like they told them how much they are or they were successful. Okay, so let's agree that all of such an anxiety or whatsoever that comes to your mind, it's always because you want to reach something. Whenever you fail, it happens. And this is because, like, when we feel anxious or when we're not feeling okay while having a test, while having like a speaking exam, or we're talking in front of others, whatever happens here, we might be we're learned how to use the grammar rules. But actually, any language, not only English, is not a set or a series of grammar rules. It is communication. We cannot نحفظ. ما ينفعش إن أنا أحفظ and that's it. We have to keep using, and we have to understand that the language is mainly about communication. It's not, this is a part and the other is a different part. Actually, it's a no. Both of them are together. The interrelated. They have to be together. I am using a language to communicate with people. I'm using a language because I want to deliver a certain piece of information, not to tell them that am is an are plus I plus ing. That's for the present continuous. This is not the thing. It's mainly about practicing. Yes, I completely agree. Of course, yes, it's like driving. I completely agree with you, Dr. Hoger. So, we will tackle now some ways or some mistakes, tricky mistakes, but actually they are very simple. And we will also focus on some advanced mistakes, okay, regarding grammar and vocabulary. And let me tell you something. For example, the first one, I might provide you with simple sentences, but guess what? These are B1, B2 mistakes because they don't focus on the simple mistakes. They focus on the big picture that I want to finish an essay, so I might drop an important part, which might be simple, okay? Like what? Like, what about these two examples? Or let's say the first one. My husband is the engineer. Or an university offers a wide range of courses. Where is the mistake in here? Who can tell me the mistake? Yeah, that's a very simple mistake. You can determine such mistake in here. Yes? Yeah, so the first thing that we might have is the misuse of articles. The misuse of articles. What does this mean? A, an, or the. These three articles, people while talking, they might miss, which means these very simple mistakes. Does this affect, if my writing is really good, my ideas are okay, I have flow of ideas, I am able to move from from a sentence to the other. Does this matter? Actually, yes. And it affects your band in the IELTS exam, task 2, of course. So take care when to use a and when to use an. They are very simple, like they are like tools, articles, a and an, but actually they are very important. Number 2, she's married with a dentist. He's interested for joining the research team. And finally, I must to call him immediately. What do you think the problem in here? What do you think? Okay. 2, married to. Okay, that's for the first one. What about the others? Has married. Okay. Must to is the issue. Must call without to. Okay, very well. Okay, yes. Interested in. Thank you. Very well. We call this issue the misuse of preposition. Articles are just, let's say, like a letter or two. Same as prepositions, like 2 letters or 3 letters. But actually, we always have problems while correcting like IELTS or the essay task 2, because the students or students in general misuse the idea of prepositions or misuse the preposition itself. So for example, the first one, she's married, actually she has married, or she is married, both are okay. She's married, because married here is an adjective, so I can say she is married. But the issue in my preposition with interested comes with another preposition, and that's the biggest and the very repeated issue with must and should. They always, or students always use to be linked to the modal verbs like must, like may, like should. We don't say should to. We don't say must to. So what do we say? We will see. Such mistakes, Ms. Zahra is saying, such mistakes affect your band in IELTS, but they are of the least importance in speaking, as long as speaking flows naturally and clearly. Okay, that's a very good example, and that's a very good point, Ms. Zahra. I completely agree with you, but actually, if you are sometimes, especially for the idea of preposition, they miss, like sometimes you use a preposition which might change the meaning of the sentence itself. So that will be an issue, that will be a problem, okay? And everyone comes here to speak fluently, and fluency includes accuracy, and accuracy here means grammar, okay? And what about this? I visited Niagara Falls last weekend. Yesterday, he walks to the park. He plays on the swings for hours. Is it possible? Can we do that? Visited? Okay. Here, we have an issue with tenses. Sometimes we're not able to know the use of this particular tense, so we might misuse it. Especially when we're speaking in front of others, while talking, we don't focus on selecting the right word, selecting the right tense. That's why we might make mistakes. So what is the particular mistake in here? We will see. And have a look at this one. The principal reason for the delay was traffic. The principal reason for the delay was traffic. I ran to the bus stop and I went to the store for butter, flour, and milk. What do you think? Where is the issue here? Or what is the main issue? Apostrophe, the traffic, Principal with apostrophe S. Okay, what else? Please tell me. What is the issue in here? Punctuation, clarity, delaying. Okay. What punctuation as well? I should be I, which is capital I, spelling. Thank you so much, Miss Yasmin or Jasmine. That's the spelling, or we have here spelling mistakes. So here, this slide has a lot of mistakes, or let's say all of them are with mistakes. So what do we do in here? In number one, the misuse of articles. We have a and an. We use an with particular sounds of English. We use a with particular sounds of English. So it's not about what you see, it's about what you hear. So this means that if I can hear a vowel sound, not a vowel letter, because sometimes you might see a vowel letter, but actually you can say a, not an. Let's have a look at the letter U. University. The letter U, sometimes it can be, or it can have an, and some other times it's a. It depends on what you hear. So if I say umbrella, so if the sound is a, I can use an. So I would say an umbrella. On the other hand, if I say university, union, so I use a. For the an, it depends on what you hear. So do I say a hour? The letter H is there. H-O-U-R. So I don't say hour. I am saying hour. That's what I hear. Ah. And the is vowel. That's why I add an hour. So we need to know the articles, how to use the articles to be able to use them correctly. She's married to a dentist. He's interested in joining the research team. I must call him immediately, as you guys guessed. So I would say here, married to. So married comes with the preposition to. Interested comes with the preposition in. Must, do not, or does not have the preposition to. So I always say must plus the verb, of course, in the infinitive form. In this part, we have the misuse of tenses. Let me tell you something. Actually, when we read or when we see a certain tense or a certain sentence, here, I visited Niagara Falls last weekend. It's not I have visited, because there is a difference between visited and have visited. Visited for an action that already happened in the past, way past, maybe yesterday, maybe in the morning, and actually now we're not in the morning, maybe a decade ago, like 10 years ago, maybe 5 years ago, maybe like a lot of years ago. Yes? So past means past. It has nothing to do with the present. But if I say I have visited, I can make it as an experience in my life. So I have visited Niagara Falls before, or I have visited Niagara Falls 2 times in my life. So it depends. It depends on what I want to say. That's why you do not mix the tenses together. And for the second one, yesterday, he walked, he played. I cannot mix tenses together. I can't use a word that is related to the past, like the word or the keyword yesterday, and my verbs are in the present. This is not right. That's completely wrong. So I whether say, he walks to the park, or usually he walks to the park, he plays on the swings for hours. That's for the present simple. Or if I am tackling something that happened in the past, I need to use the ed, or I use the verb in the past, whether regular or irregular. So I say walked, played, visited, went if I want to say go, but in the past. Okay, good. Then I have here an issue in the spelling. So there is principle with P-L-E, and there is principle with P-A-L. Because actually they have the same sound or they have the same pronunciation, but actually they have different meaning. The principal reason here means the main reason. The word principal means the main. And we have the word delay can be a verb and a noun. I don't have to say the delaying. Delay can be a noun and can be a verb at the same time. It's okay. Okay? For number 2, I is always capitalized. I, with like the small letter I, cannot be used as the pronoun I. Please take care of this. We always say I, and it's always capitalized if it means I. For the third example, I went to the store for butter, flour, and milk. Yes, so there is a difference between the flour and the flour. This is a word, and that's a completely different word. But actually, it's all about the spelling. Very well. Let's go for something a little bit different. And this is it's always heard, especially in the spoken language. When I say me and my friends, I always hear this expression, me and my friend, me and Ahmed, me and Muhammad, and so on. But actually, it's different. So tell me here, what is the issue and what is the problem? Do I say me and Sarah? So I say I and Sarah? Or what do I say? Sarah and I and Sarah, okay. I and Sarah, okay. Sarah and I, the noun plus I, or the name plus I, or whatever. Very well. Him, okay. Sarah and me, okay. Okay, so I and Sarah. Okay, what about number 2? He's taller than her. He's taller than her. Who can tell me? He's taller than him. He's taller than she. It's a subject, so I guess it is I. He's taller than I. Okay. His. Okay. Sarah and I. Oh, that's for the first one. What about the second one, Ms. Wale? Is there a mistake in here? The second one is correct. Okay, we will see. He's taller than she. Okay, no. No name to refer. No name to refer to later as her. Okay, no mistakes. No mistakes. Second is correct. Then me. There isn't mistakes. There aren't mistakes, or there isn't a mistake. He is taller than her is right. Taller than she is. Okay. This is actually subject and object pronoun mistakes. So we will see. What about this one? The students' list of achievements were impressive. The students' list of achievements were impressive. Is this a correct sentence? Was. Very well. Good. The students, okay. No. Passive. Okay. Very good. Okay. That's a mistake called subject-verb agreement. But we will see. I finished my assignment. I went to meet my friends. Do we have a problem in here? Do we have a mistake in here, or everything is all right? I finished my assignment. I went to meet my friends. Punctuation. Then And connector, we need a connector. Have mistake, okay. There should be a conjunction, nice. If, conjunction, nice. Or full stop, so I need a full stop, very well. Okay, that's another mistake that we call a run-on sentence. Run-on sentence. Semicolon, okay, good. That's another mistake, we call it run-on sentence. What about this? The last sentence here, down there. The professor asked the students to write clearly, concisely, and in an appropriate way. Huh. Conjunction and punctuation is needed, very well. The professor asked the students to write clearly, concisely, and in an appropriate way. Do we have a problem in here? Any problem? And, appropriately, and is wrong. Parallelism. Okay. Is there a mistake or still no? No mistakes. This is actually, yes, lack of parallelism. All of them have mistakes. So, in the first part, which is the subject and object pronoun, if I have a sentence, and please listen to this carefully, if I have a sentence, and this sentence starts or it has I as a pronoun or as a subject pronoun, I do not start with I. I have to start with the other person, the other name, or the other thing. Okay? So, Sarah and I, not me. Why? Because me is an object pronoun. So I can say, she called me. She called me. So me here is an object pronoun. But if I start the sentence, I need to say I. So it's I called her, for example. But if I have a person with me, I need to start with Sarah. So I would say Sarah and I are going to the movies. Don't forget the full stop in here. That's the rule, Ms. Jihad. That's the rule. If I have a person with me or a thing with me, I need to start with them first. That's a rule in the pronouns. Here, actually, I am not talking for number 2. He's taller than she is. Why? Isn't her, or I should say than her, because actually her is an object. No, we don't have an object here. I'm comparing two people. We're saying an object because it's مفعول به, right? وقع عليه الفعل. But actually, I don't have a verb in here, or I don't have a subject that has done a certain verb. وقع على المفعول به. Actually, it's no. I'm comparing two people. Okay, so let's consider that both of them are the subject. This happens in the comparison. Okay, so I would say, because the verb here or the main focus is on the object I am comparing, or the objective I'm comparing. Taller, bigger, smaller, and so on. So she is taller than she is. Okay, that's for the use of the subject and object pronoun. And for the second one, there is a very serious issue, which is the idea of the subject-verb agreement. When we start writing our sentences, I have to parallel the subject with the verb. So if the subject is plural, my verb has to be plural. If the subject is singular, my verb has to be singular. Which means that if I say Azza, that's singular. My verb has to be singular as well. So if it's present simple, I would say Azza speaks English, right? But if I'm talking about group of people, I would say we speak English. But if I have the word list in here, students list, and list is singular. Sometimes you get deceived by the noun that is attached or that is before or right before the verb. It's always like, let's say, the opposite of the verb, but focus on the subject, which is the list. I am not talking about achievements. I didn't say achievements. I say list of achievements. We have achievements and it's a list. One singular list. So I would say here, was impressed. The students' list was impressive. That's for the subject-verb agreement. We have here run-on sentence. What's a run-on sentence? A run-on sentence means that I have two independent sentences. What is an independent sentence? An independent sentence is a sentence that has a complete idea, a complete sentence. It's not a phrase, it's a complete sentence. So I would say, if I finish my assignment is a complete sentence. I went to meet my friends is a complete sentence. I can't link these two complete sentences with only a comma or nothing. I can't put these two sentences together without anything, just a full stop at the end. No, I have to have a comma after the first sentence, and then I need a coordinating conjunction. A coordinating conjunction. Coordinating conjunctions are like they come under the word or under the acronym or the, let me write it, fan boys. For, and, nor, but, or, yet, so. These 7 coordinating conjunctions are used to have a compound or to create a compound sentence with 2 complete sentences. Is it okay if I have 2 full stops? Of course, Miss Salma. Miss Salma is saying instead of having the comma and, I can just remove them and put a full stop. That's one of the corrections. I can use it, but it's better, Miss Salma, to use variety of sentences. You have to use simple sentences, compound sentences, and complex sentence. This increases your band. Okay, but only simple sentences, it's okay, but actually it will not have like the band you would like to achieve. Fanboys are the coordinating conjunction. Yes, Ms. Zahra, as I told you, every letter has a certain coordinating conjunction. So F for the coordinating conjunction for A for and, N for nor, B for but, O for or, Y for yet, and S for so. Okay? Miss Nisreen is saying, we say Ahmed is taller than Mona. We say Ahmed is taller than Mona is. Yes? This is for the run-on sentence. If you have any questions, ladies and gentlemen, please write them down, and I'm going to answer all of your questions, inshallah, at the end. Okay? All the questions. The last one regarding regarding grammar, the lack of parallelism. Parallelism is an important thing when it comes to the English grammar, especially for the structure, which means that if my sentence starts with a particular tense, it has to end with the same tense. I can't have the first part of the sentence present and the second part of the sentence is past, or should be past, or could be past. Actually, this is not parallel. مفيش توازن. Okay? So, here, if you have a look at the 3 words at the end, clearly, concisely. In the previous sentence, we said clearly, concisely, and in an appropriate way. In an appropriate way is adjective. It's like an adjective. But if I start my sentence or my sentence has all adverbs, I would say clearly, concisely, and appropriately. So all of them should be adverbs. Okay, let me give you another example. If I say, I like reading writing and um, play and to play with my friends. I like reading, writing, and to play with my friends. I have here ing, which is reading. Writing, ing as well. But in the last one, which is to play, my sentence here is completely wrong. So I whether to say I like to read, to write, to play, or I like reading, writing, and playing. Make sure your sentence is parallel because it is important. And if one word is not following the parallel structure, your sentence, the whole sentence will not be correct. Okay? That's for the grammar part. Here we say, before we go to grammar, what is the difference? I like to play, I like playing. No difference. The word like might have to, which is like after to, you put the word in the infinitive form, and or you can put gerund after like. So both are okay, no problem. Both are correct. Let's have a look at vocabulary. We have here some tricky issues regarding vocabulary. Focus, please, before you answer the question. Okay? Number one, there are many problems in big cities. There are many problems in big cities. Is there a problem in here? This is a little bit somehow. This is somehow tricky. Okay. The 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 big, much, the big cities. A lot of the big, lots of in a big city. Okay. Huge cities. Okay. Type. Let's agree on something. I can't add a because a is not added to plural nouns. I can say a pen, but if they are pens, I can't say a pens. I can't. A and an only comes with singular nouns. Type. Let me tell you, in here, we don't have, listen to me, please. We don't have an issue in grammar. We don't have an issue in grammar, by the way. We have an issue that is called overuse of simple vocabulary. Overuse of simple vocabulary. So the sentence is grammatically correct? Yes, it is grammatically correct. But it lowers your band very much because you're using general words. There are many problems in big cities. This is general. But you need to use more advanced words to avoid the idea of using simple words. So have a look at this sentence. Urban centers face numerous challenges. Yeah, everyone, like level 4 students, level 3 students can say the sentence over there. There are many problems in big cities. Yes, I know that there are many problems in big cities. Everyone can say this sentence, but the fluent ones, the ones with good vocabulary and good grammar, should change this to make it a little bit difficult. Okay, so the avoidance of using simple vocabulary, so this means that all my words have to be advanced. Ewa, you never do that. There has to be a balance. There has to be a balance. Simple, complex, compound, and average is okay. But if I am talking in general, like there are many problems in big cities, what is that? Okay? It's like cliche. It's like you're overgeneralizing things. What about this one? Many people are are affected by climate change? I was about to say the answer. Many people are affected by climate change. What is the issue here? شاطرين. Yeah, very well. Affected, 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 because affect is a noun. Yes, Mr. Hamdi. Good. Many people are affected by climate change because this is an incorrect word for. Sometimes I have two words. They are somehow similar, but a certain word is an adjective, is a verb. The other is a noun. Like the word advice and advise. Advice and advise. One with C, which is the noun, one with S, which is the verb. So take care, please. Affected is correct. Exactly, Ms. Hams. Yeah, I think Hams. What about number 2? The problem is big. This is a big issue. Do we have an issue in here or we have a mistake? A mistake means that we cannot use this. But an issue means my sentence is grammatically correct, but I still have an issue. Who can tell me? Which? Okay. What do you think? Where could be the problem or the issue in here? Ms. Basma is saying which? Repetition. It's a big issue. Okay, repetition. Repeating big. Big. Yeah, huge instead. Very well. Repeating the same idea twice. Yeah, somehow. Okay. Okay. There is. Not big. Very well. Not big. So I could say this issue is significant. It poses a considerable challenge because yes, you lack variety in vocabulary because that means that you are repeating yourself. The examiner will notice that you only know big, and big is an A1 word. It's the first level of English word. Can you imagine? So you need to know synonyms for the same word. So we have big, we have significant, we have challenging, we have massive, we have huge, and so on. So take care of the lack of vocabulary or lack of variety in vocabulary. She made a crime. She made a crime. What is this? What is the mistake in here? Here we have a mistake. She made a crime. What is the problem? What is the problem, ladies and gentlemen? Who can tell me? Made is the problem. Do, okay. Committed, makes, commit, okay. Committed, did as well. Committed. Collocation. Who is this very lovely person who's saying collocation? Thank you, Mr. Khalid. Okay. Commit or do. Do a crime, commit a crime. Very well. Did. We need vocabulary. Okay. So she committed a crime. What is this issue? This is an incorrect collocation. So it's collocation. What is collocation in general? Collocation is the idea of having words that come together. So I can't say make your homework. I cannot say make your homework. It's always do your homework. I can't say do a decision. I always say make a decision or take a decision. Yes, so that's the point. You need to know the words, the collocation that come together because it is important. And if you don't use the right collocation, the sentence is completely not correct. Okay, good. So these are mainly some issues that we face while students are writing. So in here, this is an essay of one of the students. It's an essay that has been written by one of the students. I want you, please, thank you so much. I want you, please, to tell me what are the problems in these colors? What are these problems? I highlighted the issues in different color because every color has a certain problem. Have a look and tell me على طول بسرعة. Yeah, people are standing. Wonderful. Inventions has instead of have. Very well. Good. So once you finish the first one, go to the next one right away. Has. Nice. Inventions. Okay. Good. What about the others? You guys disappeared. Where are you? Spent. Okay. Oh, you're reading. You're reading the second sentence, obviously. Scrolling. Okay. Scrolling. The second scrolling. Very well. Spent. Very well. Thank you. Good. Good. Okay. Let's have a look at the first one and let's do them together. Yes? The first one. I will ask you one by one. The first one, I want you to tell me the issue. If you remember it, it has a name. This mistake has a name. Technological invention have. It's an invention. So I would say technological invention has or technological inventions have. So this is what? Subject verb agreement. احنا لسه واخدين ولا احنا نسينا؟ والله اجيلكوا. Never focus, huh? So it is inventions have or invention has, okay? That's number one. Let's read number two and see the problem. People spend a significant amount of time on their phones, scroll through social media, texting or playing games. Actually, this sentence, I shouldn't say spent. I shouldn't say spent. I shouldn't put it in the past because I am telling a fact. All of us right now are spending a lot of time scrolling and using our phone. Everyone is doing so, right? So my problem in it has lack of parallelism. Thank you so much. It doesn't have, it is not, the structure is not parallel. So I would say scrolling, texting, or playing. Thank you so much. That's number two. Number three, additionally, mobile phones can be a distraction in social situations, comma, people may be more interested in their screens than in the people around them. Sure, Mr. Muhammad. What do you think? Where's the issue in here? Where's the issue? Full stop, could, no comma. What else? Are, more than in, is in, okay. This one, ladies and gentlemen, is a run-on, or we can say comma splice. Comma. Let me write it on the chat. Comma splice. What's a comma splice? A comma splice, when we have two sentences, I told you before, it's like a run-on sentence. Two complete sentences, and we have a comma in the middle, no connector, no coordinating conjunction. So that's a mistake in the English language writing, English language academic writing mainly, okay? So this is for, thank you, Ms. Wale, so much. Technology has made communication faster and more convenient, so people can easily arrange plans and stay. Look at here, look at the word so. We should have a comma before so to make or to have the sentence or to structure the sentence correctly. So I have to add so before the word, or I have to add a comma before the word, or we have before the coordinating conjunction so. So this is a run-on sentence. This is a mistake in writing. Exactly, a comma has to be added before. As people can easily call for help in emergency situations. I told you guys, If I have one of the fanboys, I should add a comma before them. But actually, in some situations, other connectors, if they come in the middle, no comma is added. Like what? Like all the subordinating conjunctions. Again, look at this sentence, comma, or let's read from the beginning. Additionally, mobile phones provide a sense of security and safety, comma, as people can easily call for help in emergency situations. This sentence is wrong because I have as, and as is a subordinating conjunction, not a coordinating conjunction. So if I have a subordinating conjunction in the middle of the sentence, I don't add a comma. I don't add a comma. So as with no comma, because with no comma, when in the middle, no comma, if in the middle, no comma. Why? Because they are subordinating conjunctions, and subordinating conjunction in the middle, no comma. Okay? And the last one, and that's a new mistake that I didn't explain in the previous examples. Mobile phones are making people socially less interactive. Is a complex issue with arguments on both sides. What is this? What is this? Is my sentence complete in here? So he finished the first part. Mobile phones are making people socially less interactive. A complete sentence and a complete idea. Out of nowhere, there is. What is this? So what is this mistake, Azza? That's a fragment. That's a sentence fragment. What's a sentence fragment? A sentence fragment means that the sentence is not complete. Thank you so much for those who write which is. If I add which is, the sentence is complete now. But is, it doesn't have a subject. Is here doesn't have, the sentence is not complete. So it's a fragment. So this is a sentence fragment. Sentence fragment. Okay? What's a sentence fragment? It's a sentence that is not complete. It doesn't have a subject or it doesn't have a verb. Okay? So this is the meaning of a fragment, which is another mistake in the written or in the academic writing. So I have to have a lot of issues, or I might have a lot of issues. Sentence fragment, run-on sentences, comma splice, subject-verb agreement, and so on. Dr. Hagar is asking, do I need to know the names of the mistakes? No, dear. You don't have to, but what I want you to do, if you don't want to know their names, at least you know how to correct them. Okay? So this is for these issues. What else are we're going to do? Here, we are having, yes, thank you so much, Mr. Ali, for reminding us. I understand. I will try to finalize this in, let's say, 10 minutes, inshallah. Okay? And thank you so much for reminding all of us. That's a task. That's an IELTS speaking exam. Okay? I will not tell you the band of the lady. We are going to watch and listen, and I want you please to tell me her band. I want you please to tell me her band on the chat. Okay? Again, let me stop and share the sound. There we go. Okay. So again, I want you to watch this speaking exam, this IELTS speaking exam, and tell me the band of the lady. Okay? Are you guys ready? Are you all ready? Ready? Very well. And let's listen.
This is the speaking test of the International English Language Testing System taking place on Thursday the 6th of August. Center number DDE120 and the candidate is Sharare Aris. The candidate the topic. I will stop you when the time is over. Ready?
Yes, that's
Thank
this.
you.
Start speaking.
Something I own. I want to talk about my camera, which I got it from a shopping center in Tehran, and in Mirdamad, and I have it for 5 years, and because I love taking photos, and I took a lot of photos which were memorable, in mostly in traveling and some occasions like ceremonies and gathering with my family and friends. That makes me I don't know. It that there are sorry. What because my it related my in my job. I I have to work with my camera because I used to directing and working as a cameraman in press TV. So it helps me to improve my skills, like shooting, taking photos, and some sort of things.
I'll take back that piece of paper, please, and your notes.
Okay. Tell me. I think 5 or less, she's anxious. No advanced vocabulary. 3, okay. She is, of course. People are saying she must go home. Okay. Okay, Dr. Hagar. So we have 4 and 5. Some people are saying 3.5, 4, I think. Sarah is saying, okay, we have 3. Okay, lack of fluency, not structured speaking or speaking. Think 5. Okay. 2, no, not that much. 4, 5.5. Okay, let me no, Ms. Zainab, you're not. So let's say that in here, I believe I will tell you why. Number 1, she's 4.5 to 5. It depends. 4.5 to 5, to be honest. Because number one, you didn't hear all the 3 parts of the IELTS speaking test. IELTS has 3 tests or 3 parts. So that's the point. In here, in this particular thing, or in this particular speaking test, she was 4.5 to 5. Number 1, sometimes part 1 is easy, so you can express yourself. And part 3, the questions the examiner asks you are good for you and you have something to say. But part 2 sometimes needs practice. So you will practice part 2. But let me tell you something. I spoke better than her. I got 5. Okay, nice. It depends on the examiner, but let me say that in here, it's 4.5, and some other examiners, Noor, might give her 5.
We'll now move
And
on.
that's the first part. The course, or the advanced grammar and vocabulary course, is mainly focusing on or maybe you can benefit if you want to pass any exam. If you want to pass any exam like IELTS, TOEFL, PTE, Duolingo with high score. It also helps you to communicate effectively at work. Why? I will tell you how. Or I'll tell you how. To get a scholarship, because you will need to write, or you will need to have a lot of writings. To emigrate and find a job. To pass any interview, because you will learn how to speak. And to write business emails effectively, because you will need to write correctly. The course focus mainly because IELTS has 4 criteria. IELTS has 4 criteria: task response, coherence and cohesion, lexical resources, grammatical range, and accuracy. So we will mainly focus on this and this. And actually, to have these 2 correctly, we will tackle also the coherence and cohesion. And I will help you achieve the task in a way or another. So we mainly focus on this, and let's say partially focus on the other 2. What we will cover during the course: academic writing, advanced vocabulary, advanced grammar, and there will be a very, very good study plan. The first module in academic writing will be divided into 2 parts. You will learn how to write an academic paragraph. You will learn how to write an academic paragraph, and you will learn how to write and structure an academic essay, task 2 writing in IELTS. You will learn how to structure the essay, how to develop the essay paragraphs, and and you will learn the coherence and cohesion. Also, for module number 2, the vocabulary. The vocabulary in here, we will tackle together advanced vocabulary, formal and informal words, idiomatic expressions, collocation, parts of speech. Also, the synonyms, like you will learn, for example, here, what are all the parts of speech, when to be able to, when you learn them, like the difference between the noun, the adjective, the verb, and their place in the sentence, that will help you very much. The synonym, when to use children, and you need to memorize other words like juniors, like kids, okay? And you will also learn the techniques of paraphrase, how to paraphrase, how to write the sentence in a different way. And you will also learn how to memorize vocabulary. The third module and the last module is the grammar. You will learn, number 1, you will practice all the tenses in practice. So we will review the tenses, and you will learn how to use them in a text. You will learn all the types of sentences and how to use them, all the sentence errors, and to practice avoiding them. So you will learn how to solve these issues. The use of articles, the punctuation markers, all of them. You will not only learn the if conditionals, but also I will teach you like 15 different alternatives for if conditional. You will learn something in English. It's like one of the very advanced grammar is the inversion, and also how to use the passive voice in writing. And this is the study plan, ladies and gentlemen. You will take daily practices, so we will include the 4 skills. Okay, Azza, you said that you will focus on both grammar and vocabulary, but actually, I cannot teach you grammar and vocabulary separately. If I do that, you will never learn how to practice the English language. It needs to be included within listening, speaking, reading, and writing. That's why the study plan will have daily practices. We will have 5 days every day, or 6 days, not even 5 days, 6 days of practice. So you will learn, or you will write short paragraphs every day, voice notes every day. So you will listen to BBC and you will write. and then you will get corrected every day. So every day there will be correction for you. There will be feedback, very constructive feedback. To help you understand the IELTS, not only because I'm helping you with the writing, you will take some speaking practices. What about the listening and reading exams? Every week you will have a different exam of IELTS, whether reading IELTS exam or listening IELTS exam, with the answer key and the correction. This is every day. These are the practices that we're having every day. But we will also have weekly tasks. What are the weekly tasks? Throughout the course, which is 6 weeks, you are going to have 5 trust calls. What is a trust call? It's a call like you are in an IELTS speaking exam. So an examiner will call you and will ask you questions very similar to the IELTS speaking exam. Not only this, but if you remember, I told you that we always have a problem in talking for 2 minutes, unstoppable. That's why we will help you with the cue card. So there will be a weekly voice note where you will receive a cue card, like the IELTS test, and you will talk for 2 minutes, and you will get corrected as well, as if an IELTS examiner is correcting for you. Not only this, but you will have 6 writings. I teach you to write a paragraph, so you will write an academic paragraph and get corrected. I teach you how to write an essay, so you will write essays and you will get very detailed correction, very detailed feedback, and they will tell you a summary at the end of what exactly you need to focus on. And this is the details of the course, which lasts for 6 weeks. You will have, as I told you, exams that tackles the 4 skills and also the grammar and vocabulary, of course. Very, very focused feedback, daily practices, daily feedback. I am going to be with you like whenever you want. The examiners will correct you, provide you with feedback. I will also be with you in the course. And this is mainly everything, ladies and gentlemen, about today. And of course, last but not least, before I got you, or I get your questions, I want you please to take a screenshot for the placement test. This is our lovely coordinator. That's her number. I want you please to take a screenshot to start sending her on WhatsApp to send you the link of the placement test. And that's everything. Very happy to see everyone. Thank you so much. Please send me the questions you have. I'm waiting for your questions. Please write me all the questions you have, and the placement test that determines your level to get to the course. Ms. Radwa. Ms. Jihad. I got 6.5 in my second IELTS exam. I got 7. I didn't finish the task. Was computerized. I didn't finish task 1. Okay, that's very good, by the way. This means that task 2 was wonderful. When we start, Ms. May Hosni, please send to the coordinator and she will tell you the exact date. Thank you so much, Ms. Shireen Haddad. Thank you. Asking for writing perfect emails. Mr. Mazen, in here, you will learn how to write correctly, and this will help you, like it will reflect on your email writing. But if you ask particularly on business writing and business English, please send to the same number and she will help you with that. I did the placement test. Okay, wonderful, Mr. Mustafa. Thank you so much, Dr. Hagar. Thank you. I got 5 in my first test. Okay, Ms. Noor. I am in 2 minds. I joined in correction essay course. You are in 2 minds? Okay, Mr. Ali. But I don't understand. You joined the correction essay course. What do you mean? Can you please elaborate? You got 5.5. Very well. Who can apply for the course? You can apply for the course if you are, or if you want to improve your language, and this is how you will benefit the course. These are all the benefits of the course and even more. Ms. Ms. Basma. Thank you so much. Green Garden. You did the placement test, Barry. I have joined the session. You really, thank you so much, Ms. Dawla. Thank you so much for your very nice words. هيكون في task 1 academic, 6 tasks. 6 tasks for the academic, Mr. Ali. Mr. Mustafa Sabri, please send the coordinator, and this is her number again for the placement test and for all the questions when we start, the fees and everything. Please take a screenshot. How many hours? It's like we meet twice. We start at 7. Sometimes we finish at 10. Sometimes it depends. It depends on the session itself. Sometimes we finish and I wait for your questions and so on. And we meet for 6 weeks, Mr. Ali Ahmed, who gives the course, you or another instructor. Okay, Ms. Maha, I give the course, and there's also Ms. Asma. There is also the orientation for Ms. Asma. I want you please to watch her orientation as well, and then you can decide. Or you already did the placement test? Wonderful. هل ده آخر امتحان آخر غير اللي تم عمله؟ It depends, like in the message they sent you, Ms. Jihad, they tell you in this is your grade, and they recommend الكورس اللي انت المفروض تدخليه. Was fruitful. Thank you so much, Ms. Yasmin. Thank you so much. How can I get the placement test? Ms. تسنيم من فضلك ابعتي لي الرقم ده، هتبعت لك اللينك بتاع البليسمنت تيست عشان تعمليه. My friends want to try one session for a business session before paying. Ms. May Ahmed, okay. ابعتي لي الكوردينيتور على الرقم ده and please ask her. I want self-study plan to improve the level. We have a self-study plan. It's every day, يا Ms. Rana. Thank you so much, Mr. Muhammad. Is it available? I can't answer this question والله يا مي because I really don't know. فالكوردينيتور هي اللي هتقدر تساعدك تقول لك if it's available ولا لا. What is the level of this course? يعني ايه the level؟ يعني who can join the course تقصدي يا دكتور هاجر؟ Would it better to focus only on the IELTS course or take both? That's a good question, Ms. Basma. دكتور محمد في IELTS course is really difficult بجد. بس after you finish the course with him انت تخرجي حد تاني. التاسكس وكمية الشغل اللي هو بيديها حلوة قوي وبتبقى مفيدة جدا جدا. أنا يعني مش عايزة أقول إن أنا صعبة زيه، بس يعني أنا برضو صعبة وعايزة الناس تستفيد، فدايما يلا نبعت التاسكس. I always remind you guys. فالتو كورسز الادفانس كورس فعلا مليان، فمش عارفة لو انت ما عندكيش حاجات كتيرة قوي وانت مش مضغوطة قوي 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 مضغوطة قوي، فممكن تاخدي التو كورسز يعني. Thank you. And got improve my language getting 7. Okay, نور. Ms. رشا، لو انت عايزة تركزي بس على let me first stop the